I'm gonna be sharing with you tips that I see nobody or rarely anybody talk about. These are from personal experience too, and that's what basically helped me prevent hair breakage and maintain that length. The secret to grow your hair fast, to first focus on the scalp. When your scalp is clean and healthy, then it's gonna reflect on, how fast your hair grows. Next tip is the health of your ends, the mids to ends. That's why I'm gonna be first talking about the health of the scalp and how to take care of your scalp properly, what type of shampoo you should be using. Then comes the tips for the ends and how to maintain that health and the shine to grow your hair longer and stronger. In order to have long and healthy hair, you have to always start with the scalp. There is a lot of debate between using a sulfate-free shampoo and shampoo with sulfates. I was one of these people where I did not like sulfates in my shampoos, but when I tell you that sulfates are actually really good for your hair and you need that to clean your scalp. If your scalp is dirty and it's not cleansed properly, and then you're gonna go ahead and put your conditioner, your hair mask, whatever, you're putting all these on dirty hair, locking in all that grease, and your hair is gonna end up being, first of all, dirty, a lot of buildup, and it's gonna break eventually. Sulfate free are usually used only for people who have sensitive scalps. If you have a normal scalp, healthy scalp, and it's not irritated, not itchy, none of that, then sulfates are not bad. You can actually use it every single time, every single day, it doesn't matter. But there are two different types of sulfate: sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium laureth sulfate. The sodium laureth sulfate is way gentler and way milder. It's not gonna dry out your hair as much as the lauryl sulfate, so I always tend to look for that instead of the lauryl sulfate. When you start using sulfates in your hair, first of all, you're using it on your scalp only, so you're not going to be cleansing the ends. When you shower, the whole shampoo will go down in your ends and it's going to just gently remove all the silicones or the hair products that you have, and you're going to end up with soft hair and clean scalp. That's what we're trying to achieve. When I used to use sulfate-free shampoos before, and I'm not trying to hate it or anything, actually they did give me really good results, but I noticed one thing, that I need to shower my hair twice in the shower to actually get that good cleanse, or else if I only showered once, I would feel still the oil and the grease in my hair, and I'm like, that's not enough, I need more. So I would shower my hair 2 times on top of that, or even 3 times, to actually get that good cleanse for my hair. And I do use a lot of products to get that shine and that smoothness. So if I'm gonna be just relying strictly on sulfate free, my hair is gonna have a lot of buildup way more often, and it's not gonna look as healthy or as clean. So you're not gonna be cleansing your scalp as much as when you use sulfate free shampoos, because again, sulfates are used to clean your scalp properly and remove all the dirt. This is my hair now, the second day, and you can see the shine, literally no dandruff as well. I noticed that. Another thing, I used to get way more dandruff before because of the sulfate-free shampoos, but now when I start to incorporate sulfates back into my hair, you can see how shiny and healthy my scalp is. I don't know what I was missing on, honestly, but do not be afraid of sulfates. Try to just choose the sodium laureth sulfate than the other one. Next tip is how many times you shower your hair. It depends on your scalp type. So if you have oily scalp, I cannot just sit here and tell you to wash your hair twice a week only and you're gonna be fine. No, if you have oily scalp, then you have to wash your hair however or how much you want, depending on how oily your scalp gets. My scalp type is normal, so it usually gets oily after 3 to 4 days. After the 4th day, I have to shower my hair, or else it's gonna look really dirty. If you have oily hair, then you're gonna notice your hair will get oily 2nd day after you showered your hair, or even the 3rd day. Dry scalp type people, you might carry it for around like 5 days, 6 days. The next tip that I always do, this is like something that I never change, honestly. I avoid oils and silicones for my shampoos only, but I do include that for like the ends, because I feel there's no reason for that. The purpose of a shampoo is to clean your scalp. Silicones are kind of controversial. Some people actually might benefit from it because of the preventing hair tangles or like and making the hair smooth, so that is fine. In terms of oils, I never want oils in my shampoo unless you want your hair to have a lot of buildup, get weighed down easily. Every time I choose a shampoo that has oils in it, my hair gets a lot of product built up way faster, and I have to clarify even more to remove that buildup. I try to avoid that as much as I can, but again, it depends on your hair type. If you prefer silicones in your hair, it's fine. Try to avoid oils as much as you can, because trust me, it's not gonna give you the benefits that you think. You can get these nourishing benefits for your ends of your hair, which is how you're gonna get that shiny, healthy hair. You don't need oils in your scalp. Plus, it's gonna give you more clogged follicles more often, so it's not really, I wouldn't see it as something really important in shampoos, honestly. Scalp massages, oh my god, will do wonders to your hair. However, I do not do them with oil, like scalp oil, anymore. I'm really lazy when it comes to like oiling hair and then cleansing my hair more than once in the shower to remove the oil. It's just too much steps. Plus, on top of that, I do not feel like it gives any benefits. Like, I oiled my hair for 1 year straight. The benefits that I got from just massaging my hair without any oils gave me the same results as when I used oil. So why would I just use oil, grease my hair, where I can do it without all that struggle? You know what I mean? It's really important to do this inverted, because that's how you're gonna get the most results out of it. So you're gonna like invert your hair and just gently massage the scalp from the back and on the front for 5 minutes. That's it. And I do that mostly the days, like a day before I'm gonna shower, where I know that my hair is gonna get oily, and you know, because when I massage my scalp, you're gonna secrete the natural oils and it's gonna make your hair greasier faster. So I just try to make sure to do it on the day leading to showering my hair. Basically, you will see how fast your hair grows. If you want to be bougie and you want to choose oils and put oils on your scalp, there's no problem with that. You can still do so with an oil, but make sure to not leave any oil on your scalp for more than like 2 hours. It's gonna lead to more buildup, more clogged hair follicles, so just be careful. The next tip is clarifying your hair. Now, this one will depend on how many hair products you use, depends on how oily your scalp is too. Now, for oilier scalp people, for people who use a lot of hair products every day or like too often, you will need to clarify your hair once a week. In my case, when I used to use sulfate-free shampoos, I used to clarify once a week. I needed that because my hair used to get really weighed down really fast and my scalp really oily. I had to clarify once a week. Once I incorporated sulfates back into my routine, I noticed that I do not need to clarify as much, so I clarify maximum twice a month. I do not feel like I need to clarify more than that, honestly, because my scalp is still clean and my ends are soft. I do not feel like my hair is weighed down as much. So that's the beauty of using sulfates. Honestly, you do not need to clarify as much. If you are using sulfates and you're clarifying your hair on top of that every week, like once a week, your hair will literally break off because of how dry it's gonna be. So just be careful. If it's all about balance, if you choose to use sulfate-free shampoos, then you can use the clarifying once a week. Depending on how your hair is, you will see your hair by the end of the week if it's weighed down, if it needs to be clarified. I can't tell. All depends on how your hair is. For my hair type, it's medium, it's not that thick, and my scalp is normal, it's not oily, so I clarify it only twice a month, even once a month if my hair is not even that, doesn't have that much buildup. If you are wondering whether to choose sulfates in clarifying shampoos or not, it depends also on your hair. If your hair is, let's say, bleached, if it's dry, then it's better to choose obviously sulfate-free shampoo, because it's gonna end up drying your hair and it's gonna be brittle and break off. So you have to balance. Choose your regular shampoo to have sulfates, then clarifying shampoos you can go for sulfate-free. and vice versa, to have a balance in your hair care routine and see what your hair needs and go from there. Now that's what I do for my scalp and my scalp health and how I cleanse it properly. Now we're gonna go ahead for the ends and how to properly get that shine and that softness for your hair, which is basically the most important topic. My routine for my ends didn't really change. I always have a weekly mask that I put in the shower and that I use instead of conditioner. One day I choose a conditioner and the second day I choose a deeply nourishing hair mask. I do not use conditioner and mask at the same day because it's gonna weigh my hair down and it's not necessary. Honestly, I'm just wasting product. For my hair masks, I always go for moisturizing, hydrating ingredients. I do not look for any repairing, any protein in there. I keep those for conditioners, for leave-in conditioners, for hair oils. But for the regular hair mask, obviously I look for silicones. I need that to make my hair soft, and everything that has oil in it. That's basically for the hair mask. I leave it on for around 5 minutes. So when I wash my body, when I exfoliate, I always do it within the day where I do my whole body reset. So the exfoliation, the shaving, everything, I do it on the same day. That way I make sure that the hair mask is on my hair for a good amount of time before I wash it off. You need to put it for minimum 5 minutes to get the full benefits of the hair mask. Now obviously depends on your hair. If you have bleached hair or hair that needs some more love and repairing basically, then you need to find the right hair mask for you. My hair is mostly dry, it's not bleached anymore, so all I'm looking for is moisture and hydration for my hair. However, if you have really damaged hair, then looking for hair masks that have repairing ingredients in it is gonna help. So it all depends on your hair type and what your hair really needs. Just make sure to use a hair mask once weekly because it's gonna change your hair drastically, trust me. Now for my conditioner days, I always look for a protein in my conditioner, any form of protein, obviously silicones, even oils is fine in conditioners. The one that I'm using currently is the Redken All Soft conditioner. I will never stop loving that product because it gives me the softest hair ever and the shine that I get from it is insane. Use it obviously on a day that I'm not using the hair mask, so I put it on after the shampoo, clip it, do my body, and then just remove it. So you can just leave it on for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You do not need more. It's just a conditioner to condition the hair. Conditioners, I look for basically everything, so like silicones, oils, protein, even moisturizing ingredients. It's fine. It's like one in all product and it fits perfectly in my routine. Do not forget obviously to always apply the hair mask, the conditioners from midsections to ends, and always clip it in the shower so that it doesn't get wet while you're doing your body routine. Do not put your hair mask and conditioners on your scalp because it's gonna weigh down really fast, and that's not the point. Okay, the point is to have clean scalp and then soft long ends. Balancing the protein and the moisture. Avoid having protein in all of your hair care products. Try to divide, unless your hair needs protein, that's a different story. When your hair is just generally healthy and doesn't need that much protein, I always just keep it strictly for leave-in conditioners and conditioners only. I do not like protein products on my hair too much because it gets brittle easily. And the way to know if you have too much protein in your hair or too much moisture, get a strand of your hair, wet it, instantly snips, then you have protein overload and you need to focus more on moisture ingredients than protein. If you stretch the hair and it just continues to stretch and then breaks, then you have moisture overload in your hair. So you need to focus on protein more and less with the moisture. If it's just stretch it out a bit and then goes back to normal, then your hair is balanced between protein and moisture ingredients. That's how you know that your hair care routine is perfect and you do not need to add anything else. Because my hair needs more moisture, that's why I focus more on moisture ingredients than protein. Leave-in conditioner must include silicones, heat protection, and nourishing ingredients in it. And my one and favorite only is obviously this one that I talk about a lot. Nothing detangles my hair as fast as this one. And this one has basically everything in one. And it doesn't have a lot of ingredients, by the way, which is why I love it. And obviously silicones. I need silicones in my leave-ins to give that shiny hair. I'm sorry. So I use this literally every time after I shower, unless I want to use like repairing Redken from the aesthetic bonding concentrate. I used to use this for my bleached hair when I have blonde hair before, and I still use this today, by the way, whenever my hair needs it. I use this mostly though when I want to style my hair. The heating tools, I spend a lot of times in the sun outside and my hair is a bit damaged and it needs that repair, I would use this one. However, I try to always not mix these two together because I did notice that my hair gets really weighed down so easily when I use these both together. I just reach for this most of the time. Not to forget, this Redken one has heat protection in it. You always choose a leave-in conditioner that has heat protection. It's really important, even if you're not using tools. In case you went outside, you expose your hair to like UV rays, this is gonna help protect damaging your hair from all these sun rays and UV rays. Anything that you see that has bonding repair, it's not the same as protein. So this one, by the way, and the whole line doesn't have any protein in it. It's acidic bonding repair, which is completely different from protein repair, by the way. It's based off citric acid, basically repair your hair from the inside out, whereas the protein is gonna repair the hair from the outside of the hair follicle. That's how these two are different. A lot of people think this is protein based and gonna give them protein overload. No, this has nothing to do with protein. It's just based off repairing your hair from the inside out. That's why I prefer this more if you want to repair your hair, actually, like from heat damage, from bleach. Always go for like a bonding repair than a protein repair. Having them together, like the protein and bond repair, is essential to having like long healthy hair, but you have to make sure how to balance them out together so you do not get that product overload easily. Next tip is the hair oiling. This one, I changed how I use it depending on what I do to my hair, and I will explain. This is the two most favorite hair oils that I use depending on what my hair needs. If my hair is really dry, or let's say I went to a tropical island, I traveled and I exposed my hair a lot to the sun, I would use this one because it's thicker. If it's just in cold countries like in Canada and you know my hair is not that dry, I would use the spray one. So it depends on your hair, obviously. Now, before I used to use this after my hair is dry, which is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I still use it if my hair needs that extra love, you know, like right now, if I want to put oil, I would do it and then braid it and go to sleep. That's what I usually did before, but now I'm not doing that as often because I've been applying the hair oil after my leave-in conditioner. When I tell you that my hair completely changed when I started to do it this way, after you apply your leave-in conditioner, you brush your hair and your hair is still damp, so I go with hair oil, rub it in my hands a little bit though, I do not put a lot, and then I just put it all over, obviously from mids to ends. Do not come near the scalp, ladies, please. It's like one thing that I changed. However, I do not do this tip, not do this method if I'm gonna be using heat tools on my hair, like actual, you know, blow drying with the brush and everything, with the round brush. No, I do this after, like I put the oil after I use any heating tool in my hair. That's what I did yesterday. Now, by the way, you can see how like shiny, it's amazing. This tip is, oh my god, chef kiss. The next tip obviously is to avoid heat tools as much as you can, but if you want to use them, make sure to use protection, heat protection always. Never use any heat tools without any heat protection. Do you want to damage your hair? I do this every time before I go to sleep. I always brush my hair gently. When my hair is a bit dry, I would use some oil, but most of the time I don't, because using this on damp hair just preserves and hydrates my hair for the whole time until my next hair shower day. So I would just brush my hair and then braid it gently and go to sleep. Do not sleep with a ponytail, do not sleep with your hair down, because that's gonna cause breakage, and that's how it's gonna delay your hair growth. If you have a lot of layers, sometimes the braid will not help as much because it's gonna, you know, break off mid-sleep. You're just gonna do a light bun like so, and you're gonna get a clip and just clip it. Make sure it's not tight in the hairline area, and you can either put a silk bonnet or just sleep like that. Protective hairstyles are really important if you're trying to grow your hair, because we move a lot when we sleep, and if your hair is not protected properly, then rest in peace your hair. Whenever you shower, please do not use any hot water on your hair unless you want it to be dry and break off. Always use warm water. Next tip, it's such a simple tip, but honestly it makes a huge difference, is to have two different brushes. One for after shower, which is the wet brush they call it, and another one a bamboo brush, so you can brush your hair, you know, before you sleep, any time of the day, or even before you go to the shower, because you have to detangle your hair before you go to the shower, by the way, which is why I brush it and then I do my hair massage and then I go to the shower. So always have two different brushes, and always try to clean it once a week or once every 2 weeks, so that it doesn't transfer all the oils or the dirt to your clean hair. I will prefer to dry it out with some blow dryer, but I do not use the high heat setting. I love this one. It's like the Dyson Dupe, by the way. It comes first of all with two heat settings, like two levels of heat, as you can see, the middle and then the high, and then it comes with a cold setting, medium, and then high heat. Key here to have really soft hair, okay, especially if your hair is a bit damaged. Do not leave your hair wet, especially if you're gonna go to sleep after. You have to make sure that your hair is at least 80% dry, because if your hair is wet and you just went through your day, or you slept, or you let it do its business like that, it's gonna do more harm than good. So after I apply my leave-in conditioner and then my oil on damp hair, I instantly blow dry it with this, but I start first with the medium heat, so not cold and not high heat at all. I do not put high heat on my wet hair when there's no water anymore and it's not as damp. I will switch to high heat and then finish it off to make sure that my hair is completely like dry and I can braid it without any issues. Also, do not braid your hair if it's wet, unless you want to have bald spots and breakage, then do it. Never braid and never tie your hair if it's wet. Always make sure it's always dry before doing anything. That was a mistake that I did before. I used to always braid my hair wet, and oh my god, I cringe every time I look back. Speaking of wet and dry hair, I sometimes do brush my hair when it's like wet after the shower, but I make sure to be always gentle and to use a detangler, obviously, because my hair gets really tangled. So I have to make sure that, you know, I am really gentle with it, and I cannot leave it like that without brushing it, because it will get really messy and really hard to deal with. So I have to do it when my hair is a bit damp, not too wet, like freshly out the shower. No, that's how you break your hair, basically. I finish showering my hair and everything. I put the towel and I do everything, like my skincare, my body care, put the cream on and let my hair marinate in the towel for a bit, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then I will start with my, you know, after shower hair care routine. That way my hair is not dripping wet, and when I brush it, it's gonna be more gentle and less abrasive on my hair, right? So I'm not gonna see any breakage or any hair fall. And I always start from the bottom up. That's like the general, more obvious rule. See, this is gonna be straightforward. Take supplements, because yes, they do help, especially collagen peptides. If you want to get only one thing from supplements, just get collagen peptides, because this helps not only with your hair, for your hair, it helps everything, your nails, your skin, your joints, everything. That's why I love to incorporate it in my everyday routine. And ever since I started to use collagen, my nails never break anymore, my skin is glowy, and my hair never falls anymore. Like, it doesn't. Like, I've been trying to get a hair strand for so long, it just doesn't fall. So it does help a lot. Other supplements that I use other than collagen peptides is vitamin D, obviously. If you're going outside in the sun every day and getting that naturally, then you do not need supplements. It's fine. I take vitamin D. Omega-3 is really good too. I always take those. Vitamin C, zinc, and magnesium glycinate. they all go hand in hand for the overall body health. Hair trims every 3 to 6 months. I know you hear this a lot. When you trim your dead ends, that's how you're gonna see your hair growing healthier. If you have really sparse hairs, dead ends that you do not want to cut to make it long, you're not gonna see your hair growing at all because the ends are basically breaking off every single time. Get those trims, remove all these dead ends, even if you have to start from zero. At one time I had to cut my hair until here because of the bleach. Let's see how my hair was blonde and all dead. I had to literally cut all that and start from zero, take care of it properly, and so do not neglect your hair trims. If you have dead ends, cut them. It's not gonna benefit you in any way. It's gonna actually delay your hair growth, if anything. I usually trim my ends now every 6 months, honestly, unless I want some inches to go off. But other than that, I just maintain it on my own, actually, in my house. That's how I basically maintain it. That's all for my hair growth tips and methods to have long and healthy hair. Also, I'm gonna be doing a full weekly hair care routine video with my all favorite products recommendations in another separate video, so stay tuned for that. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'll gladly answer for you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.